Okay, so in this question, first of all, they have said we have to find out the equation of a line whose slope is 3 upon 2 and the line passes through point P. Okay, so first of all, we have to find out the coordinates of point P. For point P, the situation says that point P lies on line segment AB and point P divides the line segment in ratio 2:3. Okay, clear? So we'll calculate value of x and y by using the formula x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. Okay, so value of p becomes 0 comma 2. Clear? We have to take it like x is equal to, if we are taking m as 2, so 2 into, we have to take the value from other side, 2 into 3 plus 3 into minus 2. Clear? Moving on to the next one. Next part of the question, value of p is calculated 0 comma 2. Now slope of line is given as m is equal to 3 upon 2 and it passes through point P. So we'll use the formula y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1, where m is 3 upon 2, x1 is 0, y is 2. So we'll calculate the equation. It becomes 3x minus 2y plus 4 is equal to 0. Now in this question, children have applied componendo and dividendo. Fine, it is all right. They have got till here that under root x plus 1 divided by under root x minus 1 is equal to 4x plus 1 divided by 4x minus 3. Till this step they have done it correctly. Now they were supposed to square it on squaring both the sides. When you will square, then only this under root sign will disappear. And few children have squared it also, but after squaring, you are supposed to either you apply componendo and dividendo once again, or here you have to use 4x plus 1 whole square, a plus b whole square formula, a square plus b square plus 2ab. Children have simply removed their squares and they have taken it as x plus 1 divided by x minus 1 is equal to 4x plus 1 divided by 4x minus 3. They have simply removed these squares. That is wrong. Either you can apply componendo and dividendo once again as it is applied over here, or you can apply a plus b whole square formula in the numerator and a minus b whole square formula in the denominator. Okay, that can be done. Now moving on to the next part. Just a second. Okay. So moving on, the value of x for this question will be 5 upon 4. Question number 6, A part was done correctly by mostly children have done it correctly, but here also the common mistake was they have not multiplied minus sign inside. They have not multiplied minus sign inside and they have taken it as minus 3, it becomes minus 3, it becomes minus 3y, this becomes minus 9, this becomes plus 6. Clear? So this is not done correctly. That is why they have got wrong values. It has to be done this way. Once you take this minus sign inside, then this have to be converted to positive. Or you remember that it is 6, 2x and 0 and 2. Then it has to be 6 minus 3. You have to remember. Clear? You can do this way also. Either multiply minus sign inside or remember that minus sign is there in between. Then you will compare value of x is 1, y is minus 5, z is 3. Moving on to this question, it says that A26 is 0, A11 is 3 and the last term is minus 1 upon 5. So first of all, we have calculated, we have got two simultaneous linear equations with the help of A26 is equal to 0 and A11 is equal to 3. Because it is AP, so AN is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Value of A and D we do not know. Okay. 26th term is 0 and 11th term is 3. We know this much. So we have applied, we have got two simultaneous linear equations. We have calculated value of A and D. D is minus 1 upon 5, A is 5. With the help of last term, you were supposed to calculate the number of terms also. So with the help of the last term, we have calculated total number of terms are 27. In this question, it is a question of reflection. So reflection of point A in x-axis, because it is 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeter above, so it has to go 4 units below. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, so it is 3 comma 4, and if we read this point, it is 3 comma minus 4. But children have mistaken over here. Point B is 0 comma 2, and we have to see its reflection in line AA dash. Now line AA dash becomes the mirror line, and it is 1, 2, 3 units away from here. So reflection will be 3 units away from this way, 1, 2 and 3. So its position will be this B dash, and the point will be 6 comma 2. Clear? So it becomes a kite. Clear? Question number 7, you were, first of all, you were supposed to, here it is given that if it is x minus 2, then x minus 2 is the factor. So if you put x is equal to 2, then you will get remainder as 0. So we have got the equation 1 equation this way. And if you divide this by x minus 3, this expression x cube plus ax square plus bx plus c is divided by x minus 3, then you get remainder as 3. So if you will put x is equal to 3 in this expression, remainder will not be 0, remainder will be 3. Clear? So this way you have got two equations. Values of a and b are minus 3 and minus 1. In probability question, the answer of first part will be 5 upon 36. It is not 6 upon 36. It has to be 5 upon 36. Okay. And the second part will be 12 upon 36. That is 1 upon 3. Clear? C part, that was speed of train. Clear? We have considered speed of train as x kilometer per hour. The another, the speed of train will be x plus 5 for the second case. Okay. And distance is same, 360 kilometer for first case also, for the second case also. We have calculated time. Of course, when speed will be increased, time will be less. So this time, the time calculated in case 1 will be greater than time calculated in case 2. So greater minus lesser. 360 upon x minus 360 upon x plus 5 has to be equal to, not equal to 48. 48 has to be converted to hours. So 48 upon 60, it will be x square plus 5x is equal to 2250. And you are supposed to use factorization method to calculate this equation, x square plus 5x minus 2250. Please do not use Sridharacharya formula to calculate this equation. Okay, the value of x is 45 km per hour. X is equal to minus 50 will not be considered, negative value. For the next question, question number 8, it is cumulative frequency. First of all, you were supposed to calculate cumulative frequency, and the points will be upper limit comma cumulative frequency. So upper limit comma 9, upper limit 20 comma 22. This way you will get the points. Okay. And first of all, I'll show you the graph. It is not shown properly over here, but in PDF file you will be able to see it. Let me. Okay. I hope you can see it. It will proper S curve have to be there. Okay. You are supposed to write scales. You have to mention what are you representing on x-axis and on y-axis. For everything, the marks will be deducted. Clear? Scale have to be written. As you can see, I have written scale over here. For x-axis, it is 2 centimeters equal to 10 score. And y-axis, 2 centimeters equal to 20 students. Clear? Proper S curve. And the median will be n upon 2. That means 160 upon 2. We'll drop a perpendicular from there. Then we'll get median as 44. Quartiles by using n upon 4 and 3n upon 4. You will get the quartiles, first quartile and the third quartile. Okay. And you will drop the perpendiculars. Then you will get the value as 29 and 60. You will subtract it as 31. Okay. There are few ranges, like if it is your median has come like 43. 40 near about 44, then your answer will be accepted. Okay, and the range also, if it is near about 31, near about means within 1, okay, then 1 unit, then it will be accepted. Number of shooters who obtained more than 85 scores. So more than 85, so we will see scores are represented on x-axis. So 85 is between 80 and 90. So 85 is here. We'll drop the perpendicular, okay, on the curve, and as you can see, the perpendicular reaches here. We have dropped the perpendicular from this point to the y-axis, and we have got the value as 149. So 160 minus 149, answer will be there. Fine. Moving on to the next question, it is the midpoint, because it is a parallelogram, so midpoint of both the diagonals will be same. Okay, so we have used this method to calculate it. Midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD, and then we have compared, we have got the values of x and y. So it is x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So coordinates will be C will be 0, 2. Clear? Then slope of AC have to be calculated, and then y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. With the help of this, we have calculated the equation of AC. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 9. Here, banking question. So time is given 24 months, have to be converted to months. Rate is given, interest is given, and you are supposed to calculate value of P. First of all, value of P, then maturity value. So we'll use the formula I is equal to PNN plus 1R upon 2400, and we'll get the value of P, and then maturity value becomes PN plus interest. Clear? In this question, where it is inequality question, x will be x, because it is 3x upon 5. So either you take LCM over here, okay, you have to take LCM, or you can transfer to this side. Clear? Then you need not to take LCM, but later on you have to multiply, you have to transfer 5 other side. So here, first of all, LCM has been taken, so it has become minus 10, and then 5 has to be transferred to other side. So 5 into 4x minus 19. So it is x is less than 5. And here you have to be very careful over here, because many children have done it that way, that 5x have been transferred to other side. So it has become 3x minus 5x. So 3x minus 5x minus means you will get minus 2x. Excuse me. Minus 2x is less than equal to 10 will come this side. So you will get 8 over here. Minus 2x is less than equal to 8. But when you will multiply by minus sign, then inequality sign will be changed and x will be greater than equal to minus 4. You have to remember this. Okay. And then when you are plotting them on the number line, first of all, number line have to be drawn with the pencil. Clear? Equidistant. They should be equidistant with the help of the scale. And minus 4, because it is accepted, so it has to be darkened. And 5 will be only circled because we are not accepting it less than 5. Clear? So 5 is not accepted. The entire line have to be darkened. You can take the points above them also. That is also all right, that we can take it. But the line have to be darkened. For next question, this when you are drawing the diagram for heights and distances, you were supposed to draw this line. It is very, very important because it is angle of depressions. Angle of depressions have been given. So if this line is missing in the question, in the diagram, you may lose the marks. Okay. So you have to draw this line when you are drawing the diagram for heights and distances. Okay. Because it is angle of depression. For angle of elevation, you are not supposed to, but for angle of depressions, you have to draw, because then only we make it that alternate angles are equal, and this is 30, this will be 30, this is 60, this will be 60. So first of all, we have taken the smaller triangle and we have calculated value of y from here. Okay, tan 60 is equal to 100 upon y. Value of y is 100 upon root 3. you can rationalize it or you can leave it like that. Then the complete triangle have to be taken because triangle have to be right angle. So complete triangle have to be taken. Tan 30 is equal to 100 upon complete x plus y. Okay. Value of x plus y is 100 upon 100 root 3 because the value of tan 30 is 1 upon root 3. Value of y has been substituted and here you have to rationalize it. Okay. So we have got 200 upon root 3. Then if we'll rationalize the denominator, it becomes 200 root 3 divided by 3. That means 115.46. You have to round it off to complete meters. So 115 meters. Next question. First of all, you were supposed to calculate MP is given, discount is given 25%, selling price will be 6,000. Likewise, if selling price over here for wholesaler is 6,000, then CP for distributor will be 6,000. Selling price again, because 10% discount was given on MP, so into 8,000 have to be calculated 7,200. Okay. First part, amount paid by consumer. So it has to be consumer will pay. The selling price for the distributor will be the cost price for consumer plus GST. So GST is 12% of 7,200. That means 8,064. Again, you have to calculate the profit because it is GST paid by dealer to the state government. So instead of 12%, we will take 6% on profit. Clear? Amount of GST received by central government. So again, because it is CGST, so 6% of total amount. So total amount is 7,200. Okay, because received by central government, so it will be on total selling price 7,200. 6% of 7,200. Next question. It is given that M is midpoint of AB. So value and A lies on y-axis. A lies on x-axis, B lies on y-axis. So if a point lies on x-axis, coordinates will be x comma 0. And if a point lies on y-axis, coordinates will be 0 comma y. So we have assumed, we have considered. And then M is midpoint. So first of all, we have calculated. We have applied midpoint formula. A plus x1 plus x2 divided by 2. y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We have compared x is minus 4, y is 3. So point A becomes minus 4 comma 0 and the coordinates of point B becomes 0 comma 3. Clear? Then we have calculated slope of AB and then its equation. For next question, a cone has been drilled out, removed from the solid, from the cylinder. So first of all, you have to calculate the volume of the cone. Okay. And we have to do volume of cylinder minus volume of cone. Clear? So volume of cylinder pi r square h, radius is 7 and height is 28 and volume of cone 1 upon 3 pi r square h. So pi r is 7, h is given, it is given 21. So we have calculated, it has come. I have not put the value of pi. Pi into 7 square into 21. We can leave it like that. Now this cone has been removed and leftover material which is leftover. So what is the volume of the leftover material? Is 7 into 7 square into 21. It has been recast into a cylinder and we have to find out, and the radius of that cylinder is 7 upon 2. Okay. So height have to be calculated. The formula for new cylinder is pi r square h, and because this will be equal to the remaining part, it has been made from remaining part. So volume of remaining part is equal to volume of new cylinder. That means pi capital R square into h. Radius of new cylinder is 7 upon 2 and pi will be cancelled. Value of h, the height of new cylinder will be 84. Clear? Moving on to the next question. First of all, you have to show that x minus 2 is the factor of x cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. So you will put x is equal to 2 in this expression. If you get value of function, means value of this expression becomes 0, then it is a factor. And then you have to divide it properly. Okay, you have to divide in this manner. X minus 2 and x cube minus 2x square minus 9x plus 18. You will get x square minus 9. Okay. So And then you have to factor, because you have used dividend is equal to divisor into quotient. Clear? You have to use the formula a square minus b. You have to factorize it further, a square minus b square. So x plus 3, x minus 3. Clear? You have to write in this form, no comma have to be there in between. Clear? Moving on to the next one, 4m plus 3n divided by 4m minus 3n is equal to 7 upon 4. You have to calculate first of all value of m is to n. So you can use, you can apply CND so that m and in the numerator you have only m, in the denominator you have only n. So value of m upon n is 11 upon 4. But you will write the answer as 11 is to 4. You have to write the answer in ratio form. Now moving on to the next part, because you were supposed to calculate value of 2m square minus 11x square. So first of all you have to square it. So we have done m square upon n square on squaring both the sides. So 11 square upon 4 square, that means 121 upon 16. Then you have to get 2m square and 11n square. So we have done that also. We have multiplied m square by 2, n square by 11. And you have to do on the other side also. The 2 into 121, 11 into 16. So finally you get 11 upon 8. Now if you use componendo and dividendo, so 2m square plus 11n square, numerator plus denominator divided by numerator minus denominator. So it becomes 19 upon 3. But in the question, negative part is in numerator and positive part is in denominator. So you have to write the reciprocal of it. That means 13 is to 19. 3 is to 19. And the last part, it is proving question. You can simply take the LCM. Okay, cos A into 1 plus sin A. In the numerator, you will get 1 plus sin A whole square and cos square A. So it is A plus B whole square, A square plus B square plus 2AB. If you will take sin square A plus cos square A, it becomes, by using the identity, becomes 1. 1 plus 1 becomes 2. Now you can take 2 common. So it is 1 plus sin A. 1 plus sin A, 1 plus sin A will be cancelled. And it becomes 2 upon cos A. That means 2 secant.